Welcome to this special edition of the Casual Shooters podcast. This is coming live, we'll say recorded, from SHOT Show 2023 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hey, everybody, it's Dave, Casual Shooters podcast, coming at you from Las Vegas. All right, got a bunch of stuff I want to run through real quick. I don't want this video to be very long. However, I'm going to have to read some stuff just to make sure that I get it correct. Let's start with Canik. Been getting a bunch of questions, specifically about the Rival S and the MC9, their new Mete MC9 micro compact. The Rival S is shipping this week to distributors and into next week. So expect to be able to purchase them next week, maybe the week after, but it's literally right there at the tip of your fingers. The MC9 has a go live date of March 1st. So they'll be out, they'll be at distributors. You can actually purchase them and have them in your hands sometime starting March 1st. Okay. There's something else too that is very interesting. I'm going to hold this up and to the camera so you can see it right there. You see that? That's the Canik MO3. They're coming out with another optic to basically, quote unquote, rival the Trijicon SRO, the Romeo Max 3 in size, in window size. Looking at the specs, let me read them real quick. 6 MOA red dot sight. The window lens looks like it's going to be 1.14 inches in either width or diameter and 0.94 inches the other way. So almost a full inch by 1.15. It's designed for target shooting, defense, home defense, competition, the whole 9 yards. It has a patented tactical concave face. If you noticed when I held it up, the actual frame of it is concave. So they're saying it's patented. Pretty interesting. High quality super LED, Trijicon RMR footprint. The battery is a CR2032, and I've been told that it's top loading. So you won't have to take the optic off to change a battery. Tactile clicks adjustments, parallax free, the whole 9 yards. And like I said, it's a 6 MOA red dot. No plans as of right now for any type of green dot. Let's talk Trijicon. So I stopped by there. I have a Trijicon RMR and I have a Trijicon SRO. My SRO is a red dot. I prefer green. My RMR is a dual illuminated green dot. I love it to death. So I talked to their product manager and asked, hey, what's the status on a green dot? And he's like, well, we're having a hard time finding an LED that meets our standards. So Trijicon has had a green dot in the works. The problem is they have a certain standard for an LED transmitter, and they haven't found one yet that meets that standard. As soon as they do, they're going to create an SRO in green. So that would be super fantastic. So before we move completely away from Canik, let's talk LOK Grips. I stopped in there and I spoke with them, and the way the Rival steel is, the back strap and the side grip panels are all one piece. So it's going to be a horseshoe shape grip. I don't want to call it a grip module. That's not the case, but the grip panels and the back strap are all together in like a horseshoe shape. Well, LOK Grips already makes something similar to that for a Walther. So if you look at the picture here, you can see that they're going to have different sizes where the back strap will be flat on one and the grip panels will be narrow. And then if you look at the red picture, you can see the grip panels, the palm swell is fat and the back strap is fat as well. So you're going to be able to order it in different sizes, different colors, the whole 9 yards. And I'm sure if LOK Grips is making something, I would be willing to bet that Taylor Freelance is also probably making something. I haven't seen a booth for them. I haven't seen them listed anywhere. So I don't know. I haven't actually been able to talk to anybody. So let's talk optics again. There's another player coming into the large window market, and that is Swamp Fox. They're coming out with a Gen 2. I'm pretty sure it's the Justice. I forgot to write down which model, but I'm pretty sure it's the Justice. Just if I'm off, I'm off. But here's the thing. Their window size is 30 millimeters. So for those of you that don't know the conversion, that puts it at about 1.2 inches. That's as big as any red dot sight out there. And they're reinforcing, they're basically remaking the structure to make it much more sound, much stronger. You'll still be able to buy one of their shrouds to even protect it more. It'll have a top loading battery. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here from what I wrote down. Yeah. Oh, I almost did. They're making one in a green dot. And the green dot is going to be a 3 MOA dot. If you decide you want red, well, the red will come where you can have multiple reticles in it. It reminds me kind of like a Hollow Sun or even an ADE. I was playing with the ADE optics, and you could cycle through like 5 different options on that. I only had a quick glance at their tablet, and they showed prices because nothing's out there public. They can talk about it, but there's literally nothing out there yet where you can find the information. Look to be under $300. So might be a very viable option regardless of what you're going to use it for. I don't know about you guys, but I think for training, whether it's personal defense, home defense, competition, maybe you just don't want to spend the money on ammo, or maybe the drive to a range is exceedingly longer than you would prefer. A Cert Pistol is a way to go. Cool Fire Trainer is a way to go. I did stop in to Cert, and I talked to the guys last year about making a Canik version or even a Walther version of Cert. They don't seem to be any closer than where they were a year ago. Basically, what they need is market feedback. I gave them some input last year. I just gave them more input today. If anybody out there wants a Walther or a Canik Cert pistol, then you need to get on Next Level Training's website, call them, do something, say, hey, this is what we want. I told them I expect to see one by next January. Of course, they laughed at me, and I laughed too, but it is what it is. I'm trying. So if you don't think it's worthwhile, then don't worry about it. The next thing I want to talk about is a product by Matrix Arms, which I found in the new product section of the SHOT Show, the information they put out. And it was pretty interesting. It's the MX-19. So I decided to stop in and talk to those guys because the thing that caught my attention was it's a pistol, a semi-auto pistol that has the same grip angle as a 1911. I'm like, ooh, I like that. So I stopped in. Very interesting pistol. Feels great in the hand, especially that 1911 grip angle. Because look, I'm not a Glock fan. I have nothing against Glocks, but every one of them that I've shot, the grip angle, I just don't like the ergonomics of it. And in this case, but I have plenty of friends and other people that I know that swear by them, love them, and I know they're durable, they operate the whole 9 yards. You don't have to sell me on it. This gun, this MX-19, there's 2 versions, an elite and a standard. The cool thing is all the internals basically take Glock parts. I even asked the guy, I'm like, all right, let's say I have Glocks at home and I bought, so I have a standard MX-19. I think it's $8.99 is retail. I said, okay, I have a Glock at home. This is the scenario I threw out, and I have an aftermarket trigger in, and I want to put it in this one. He said it'll fit. Okay. If you have a Gen 3 Glock 19, that slide will come off and it'll work on their gun. So it's optics ready. It's very, and again, the ergonomics are great, feels good. There's like 7 colors I think you can choose from. Maybe it's 4 colors. But anyway, you have multiple colors. I know there are 7 different slide cuts that you can choose from. I'm actually going to do a longer video version just on this once I get back to Virginia after the SHOT Show. Very intriguing. I'm probably going to have someone on from the company as well to talk about it on the podcast, because the gun is very intriguing, feels great in the hand. They even have a, I don't want to say patented, that might not be correct, but they have a unique buffer system inside their frame. Their frame's all metal, by the way. I forgot to mention that. It's an all metal frame. But there's a little bit of a buffer in there where it helps mitigate the recoil and keep the gun flat. But we'll go into that more later on the other version. And it takes all Glock. You can use their mags or you can use Glock mags. There's a lot of benefits to this gun. It looks very nice. So if you're someone who likes to buy different guns or whatever, shoot different guns, try different guns out, that might be one for you. The last thing I want to talk about real quick, Bishop Ammunition and Firearms. So you guys know that I started in the rifle business. That is still my thing. I love long distance shooting. I just enjoy, there's a lot of mathematics that have to run through your head. And I like that. I enjoy it. My shooting position in the prone is literally my sleeping position in bed. So it doesn't get any easier than that. But Bishop, they make these guns that are 375 caliber, 475 caliber, and just slick, super powerful. One of them, the 475, has like 4,500 foot-pounds of pressure. No. Anyway, amazing guns. I'm gonna do a special episode just on it, because what they go through to make their guns. They have one, I don't remember if it's a 375 or the 475, but the point is that with that gun, they shot a 1/4 minute of angle at 400 yards. They had a 1-inch group at 400 yards. That's something worth talking about. But I'll get more onto that later. So this is going to bleed right into Nils talking about the Canik MC9, the micro compact 9 that's coming out in March. Enjoy.